Okay, guys, another day. We went to look at another house. So I also just answered a bunch of comments, and I also read through a bunch of comments, and a lot of them are so sweet, and so encouraging. And then sometimes I'm kind of I think some people maybe haven't been in the situation that we're in. So you can't necessarily find an ideal house. Yes, an ideal house would be maybe a very large house with a million bathrooms and hundreds of acres of land. I mean, but we have to be in our practical standpoint of, okay, we have 15 people that are still home with us. One thing. Two things. We really believe that it's important that children are outside for a lot of the day, all seasons. That's another thing. So we have to kind of decide between, and older houses are going to have some issues no matter what in our price range, unless, so if we were to buy a home that was even just in our area right here where we're at, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, on not even half an acre. That is within 50 years, no mold, none of those issues there. You're looking at 800,000, something like that. That is not in our price range. I don't think it will ever be in our price range, but anyhow, that is the price range of what we're looking at. So in the price range that we're looking at, we have to make some big decisions. We have to choose maybe an older home that needs to get redone, that we need to put a lot of work into. Maybe we looked at one this morning that it was built recently, but it hasn't been completely built, so we would need to do some of those things. We are definitely looking for we definitely will probably be in something smaller, because as in maybe 2,200 square feet or less, because it's just too expensive. I mean, if you are looking at anything over that, you're looking at upwards of, it's not uncommon to see houses for $1 million where I'm at. Yeah, so it's just basically, and then people are also asking the question as far as how close we will be to Boston Children's. We are trying to stay about 2 hours from Boston Children's, and that in and of itself is challenging. Then we need to stay 40 miles within my husband's work, and that is challenging. So is this going to be our forever home? I don't know if it's going to be our forever home, but I feel like we need something now that has a yard. And we will stay here in this house until we find something that does have a yard that will work for our family. So we have put a couple offers in on a couple different houses. We have looked at a lot of houses. As soon as they go up for sale, literally they're gone, and they're gone for over the asking price. So it's really challenging. It's really, really challenging. So we looked at something this morning. I don't want to get my hopes up on it. It is a smaller house, but it definitely would work. It definitely would work. There are just some issues that may not work. There's no internet there. My husband works for an internet provider, and it's not all the way up the road that this house is on. So my business is on the internet. We homeschool our kids, so I don't know if that one's going to be for us, but it was a nice property. We're going to look on Monday at some other properties, although the one that I'm interested in is small, but I really like it. But I think it'll probably sell before Monday. If I'm to be honest with you, I think it'll probably sell before Monday. So I don't know. I'm going to go back on. I'm going to look for a few more properties. Usually when I give her like 8 properties, there might be one that's not already under contract that we could potentially also see on Monday. So I don't know, but I have to be practical. I know there's so many comments in there like, oh, there was mold in that house. There was this and this. Like, seriously, guys, it's going to not be perfect. I promise you, the house that we get is not going to be perfect. I've also seen things like, well, you have low standards. Yeah, I do. I do. I am very eternally grateful for whatever the Lord gives us, and I can make anything work. I really can. I grew up really poor in nice, I guess I would say nice, like project housing. It's not really like subsidized housing, not project housing. Nice subsidized housing in a nice area. So I feel blessed by that. I've also lived in like some really, really rough places. Yeah, that were overcrowded and whatever. And I think that we just need to take a step back sometimes and be like, what do we really want out of life? We want to be able to, we don't want to be house poor. We want to be able to afford having our family have a house. We would like a yard and still be able to travel and do our homeschooling field trips with our children. That's what we want to do. And be close enough to the doctors for Azariah. Now, I'm going to bring up the point. Quite a few people have said, why won't you just move back home? I don't know that that can ever be a discussion. Many reasons, and the Lord is just opening up so many other reasons at the same time. One, it is 2 hours to a hospital, not top-notch hospital. Like if I say that we're looking for to be 2 hours from Boston Children's, there's also tons of other hospitals between there and here. So there's tons of hospitals that we could go to that they could stabilize him and then transfer him down to Children's Hospital. So I'm talking about where we lived before. That can't happen. There is a small hospital in the town, but a lot of times they can't get people transferred. So the person just dies in the small hospital. That's just how it works. That's how it is. It's incredibly sad that this happens in America. Incredibly sad that people literally die waiting for a bed. And this is not just for Azariah. This is for all of my children. I mean, yes, we own a house free and clear. Why would we not go back to a house that we own free and clear? Because it's just a house. I put my heart and soul into that house for 20 years. You think that I don't want to go back there? You know what? No, I don't want to go back there because I know that my family needs to be near medical care. So it's a no. It's a big no. So that hospital that's 2 hours away no longer is accepting Blue Cross Anthem, which is what our main insurance is Blue Cross Anthem. So, yeah, that closest hospital that does not is 4+ hours away. And that's the same hospital that we are currently half an hour away from. So why would we pick up and move back there just for that? Yeah. So, yeah. I understand, like, there's things that we see, like, if we're looking at a house, I'm very, like, optimistic. I might see, like, the house today, it's a newer house, but they didn't put the ridge cap on the roof, so there was some leakage in there that we would need to put the ridge cap on. So as we're looking, we know that we are going to need to put work into a house. But that's part of the beauty of it. If we get, like, a total dump, then we get to put all the work into it, and then it can turn into something beautiful. If we buy something that's unfinished and we finished it, then it can be beautiful. Maybe we're going to buy something and be in it for a couple years and then sell it. I don't know. I don't know what God has planned for us. You know, we can say and try as hard as we can to know what the future holds, but we don't know what the future holds. We don't. I do like, we found a church, and then the kids are also going to be doing some homeschool stuff at a different church, so that's kind of exciting. Or for me, it's kind of exciting, like in the area. Excuse me. So I don't know. I just don't even know. Although I am like trying to figure out mentally like what I want to do as far as like stuff. If we're moving in a smaller house, what does that look like? I feel like maybe what we'll need to do in any house will be to have some sort of shed turned into a like craft room. I think that might be something that's good. I have lots of kids that truly enjoy crafts and sewing and knitting and crocheting. They truly enjoy that, and they are working on making a business out of that. So I think that it might make sense to actually have a separate space for that type of stuff, and then that would be, because that's a lot of the stuff that I have. And then I have food storage, so I just have to keep that in mind as I'm looking at things. Anyway, that's just a little tidbit for the day. I am feeling like, I don't even know what I'm feeling like. I'm excited about like my realtor this morning. She was like, well, you see him over there. What was wrong with this place? Or what, not what was wrong with this place. She's like, what do you think about this place? And I was like, oh, it's nice. And then she's like, so what are some things that you don't like about this place? And I'm like, it's really not anything that I don't like about this place. I feel like we can make anything work and have whatever. My husband's biggest concern is just the internet thing. And I don't know too much about it. It's running on Starlink right now. So I don't know enough about it that I have to do research. So yeah, I have to do research, but there was 6 acres, and to get land is huge around here. Anyway, so that's an update about that. Update about Azariah. His fever went down and he had a couple good days. And then, I don't know, this morning he was like, he woke up like grumpy, like in a bad mood, crying. Poor baby. I gave him a little bit of Tylenol. He has been sleeping quite a bit today, so I think that he's just sleeping whatever off. He sounded a little stuffy in his nose. I'm feeling better. I just feel tired. I feel really tired. So that is the update with him. So I'm not going to share any like therapy type things with him. 2 of our therapists are on vacation. So we did fill out to have a case manager, so that will be good. I guess she can just kind of find different resources and such. Yeah. I don't know. So we'll go look at this house on Monday. I don't know. I planned 2 vacations. So one is just a small like weekend camping getaway, and the other one is we are going to Niagara Falls, guys. Yes, we are. I am excited about that. So I've been planning those 2 things. I think that if we don't find a house, then we'll probably just wait until we come back and not worry about it. I might need to like rearrange the house a little bit if we plan on staying the winter here. I'm not entirely sure what there is. It's kind of overwhelming, you know, when you get like so many things going on that it's hard to focus or hard to do anything. I'm like at that stage. So there's often times that I'm just kind of like sitting there in a daze, like, what am I doing? At nighttime, my brain's like going like crazy. So I've actually been listening to some audiobooks like before I go to bed. Azariah has been up like most nights. He has been for like a while. I was thinking it was an adjustment of his medication, but really he just likes to be held all night. Can you see the back of his head? So basically that's where we are at, me and Azariah, and So his little bed, Azariah, and then me, I sleep there. And then this is the chair that I will rock him in, and then his pole with his feeds and everything on it. So this is kind of our setup right now. This is mainly because my husband needs to sleep in order to go to work. So this is what's working for us right now. Me and my husband were chatting a little bit this morning. I want to chat with like the rest of the kids and see what that would look like if we're to be here for a couple more months, like how we want to rearrange or how we want to do things coming on for the winter, where we will probably be inside more than we are right now. We are blessed having a nice neighborhood. We can walk to we can walk to the library. That's not too far. Yeah, and there's lots of things around that we can do, so maybe we need to just kind of mentally prepare for that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what God has planned, but he obviously has a plan. He always does, and it's always better than ours. So I just need to stop getting too much in my own head and be okay with God's plan and just rest in that. You ever get like that in your life? So we really would appreciate your prayers, and not prayers for our will, but for his will, and that our hearts and our minds might just rest in him. That's what we need most during this time. So if you are willing to pray for us, we would gladly appreciate that. And we hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. So this is the update for the week. There wasn't too much of an update for Azariah just because it's been a funky week for him. So we will come back next week, hopefully with some fun therapy things that we're working on with him. And yeah, so that's him. He's been doing okay though, overall. Hope you all have a blessed day.